Hello! We at LUHU are so thrilled to welcome you to Part 1, Lesson 1, which is titled The Introduction to Nutrition and the Environment. What is happening in our food system today? Before we begin, I want you to spend a couple of seconds to reflect on what we all are facing today in the place where we live in. Then I will tell you what I have reflected on. Well done! I can assure you that you might have similar reflection with mine. There is coronavirus. This is just one of the impacts of the environmental changes. There are many other examples that I wanted to share with you, such as changes in precipitation patterns, more droughts and heat waves, loss of sea ice in the Arctic, accelerated sea level rise globally, the intensity and frequency of hurricanes or typhoon in the Atlantic Ocean, the Central or Northeastern Pacific Ocean, or the Caribbean Sea. Who will get the direct impact of these changes? Well, obviously, it is the human and the place where humans live in. What has caused these changes? The imbalance between input and output in the food systems have caused these environmental changes. Well, what are the inputs? The inputs are societal demands and the usage of natural resources. The example of societal demands are human consumption such as land, energy, water, and food. 75% of land used for agricultural land. 2.3% of global energy demand rose in 2018. The world consumes 11.5 million pounds of food in 1 minute every day. Ironically, we waste 2,472 tons of food at the same time. Natural resources consist of, just to name a few, minerals, forest products, water, and soil. The amount of natural resources used for the production of goods and services are approximately 60 billion tons in 2009 and exceeded to 100 billion tons per year by 2021. Humans extract and use natural resources about 50% more than only 30 years ago. The outputs are waste emissions and food. What has caused this imbalance? This event is the consequence of overpopulation, lost biodiversity, and ecosystem destruction. Certainly, as the human population grows, our consumption of natural resources also increases. On the other words, more human, more consumptions of clean water, food, energy, and land. How our ecosystem is experiencing devastation by collective factors. Climate change, urbanization, industrialization, commercial development, and modern agriculture. This includes employing pesticides and erosion of genetic engineering on food crops. The consequence of environmental degradation delivers an effect on human health problems, including malnutrition, infectious disease, and contamination. Now, I will tell you about how current food systems are harmful not only to the environment but also to human health. The food industry and agriculture often produce very small direct contamination in what you eat, such as heavy metals, argochlorines, and radionuclides in non-visible amounts. Nevertheless, if biodiversity is diminished, people will suffer from protein energy malnutrition and micronutrient deficiencies. Protein malnutrition is a form of malnutrition due to lack of protein and calories. The clinical signs and symptoms such as poor weight gain and behavior changes. Behavior changes, likewise, irritability, anxiety, decreased social responsiveness, and attention deficits. This occurs due to inadequate food intake or starvation. To prevent protein energy malnutrition is to reduce poverty and improve nutritional education. Micronutrients are essential vitamins and minerals, while macronutrients consist of water, protein, carbohydrates, and fats. The signs and symptoms of micronutrient deficiency are numbness and tingling in hands, legs, or feet, balance problem while walking, anemia, inflamed tongue, weakness, fatigue, paranoia, or hallucinations. Good food sources for micronutrients are leafy greens, almonds, sweet potatoes, milk, and soybeans.